One of the things we have the benefit of doing at the Durham County Department of Public Health is really looking at data that comes from our community health assessment and the youth risk behavior survey. And I would say the data is really loud and clear that this is an issue that we need to be paying attention to. We have concerns both about bullying and discrimination related to race and ethnicity, and also about depression, anxiety, and suicide ideation that are showing up really clearly. These things actually show up more clearly in middle school students than in high school students, but are really prominent in both groups of youth. And so those, I think, are the things that when we look at the data, we're really trying to hear the stories of those individual students.
We're really, as a country, starting to realize that mental health is just as important as physical health. And we need to take care of everybody as a whole, their entire entity, to also tap in to find out, how are you feeling? And let's explore that.
What we've noticed is that students tend to shield or mask what they're going through. And they won't talk out loud about it many times, and often it's because they don't know how to articulate it yet.
Whole Schools started with community voice. And so when we first had this idea, a big thing we wanted to make sure we did was do focus groups. Really just getting insight on why is this needed in the first place. With the approach of Whole Schools, we have our 4 pillars. With model schools, we're able to work with 2 schools that feed into each other, Neal Middle School and Southern School of Energy and Sustainability. With our mental health ambassadors, able to reach across all of the district, but work specifically with educators.
So at this age level, that's when they're kind of discovering who they are, discovering who they want to be, even determining how they pick their friend groups and the social settings. So this is a very crucial time in their life, and I try to give them the safe space to help them when they have things that go wrong. So it's very crucial that their mental health is guided at this age.
With community ed, really making sure that we're connecting across DPS and the communities that it touches to make sure we have common language, shared knowledge, etc. And then with our grants, my bias, that's where we're able to work across the district, but also support them through our cohort model. And we're really able to support and build capacity, which is what can easily be lost when we're just trying to do or reach numbers. And we're not doing it siloed. We're not doing it as if we're the experts. I think that's really important, bringing in community. We are a part of the Build Challenge, and that piece is really ingrained of having a collaborative effort.
DPS is really the leader, and they also set the standards of ensuring that mental health services are embedded in the student experience. Students spend most of their time in school, and so it just only makes sense for them to be the leaders in ensuring that our students have mental health care.
We have Whole Schools, the mental wellness days, to sort of teach students how to articulate what they're feeling and to talk about their character traits and the qualities that they're experiencing. We've seen better mental wellness awareness, if you will, with our students, right? And now they are more apt to talk about their mental wellness as long as we continue to provide them with the tools to do so. It needs to be seen more so than talked about. There is always work to do around mental health and wellness. I don't feel that our work is done. We have a lot of work to do. It's a constant development. It's a constant strive towards wellness every day, and also realizing that every day is different.
I'm proud of you. Keep up the good work and reach for the moon.
We're also seeing a rise of youth that are advocating for themselves and are able to say, actually, I don't want my school experience to be like this. I don't want my life experience to be like this. I want people to listen to me, value my opinion, and make sure I have the support I need to thrive.
I see our community partners kind of being like the saving grace for the school district. They have different access to funding, and just the scope of what they're able to do is a little bit different from what the school district can traditionally do. And while them being tied to the school district does limit what they can do, there's still so many opportunities and so many organizations that we can partner with that can provide services to our students and our families.
I think if we continue funding this work, or if someone's able to pick up and lead the charge, it would look like schools seeing more intentional spaces where rest is allowed and joy is celebrated, making sure that people have space to exist as a human.
I think that coming together is a huge part of what is possible, is that every youth in Durham really feels like there's 2 or more adults who are there for them and say, I hear you, and what you're experiencing is true, and we need to listen to that reality now and respond with your insights about what would make it feel more powerful and more possible.
What up with you? What you been up to? Let me know you need anything, brother. You know I got you.
Many hands make light work. The more that we come together, look beyond our differences, and focus on a shared outcome, there is nothing that we can't do here in Durham. There's no plateaus that our kids can't reach when we're here working together.
Durham is a grassroots city. I think that in itself inspires people to really come together and just allow their voice to be seen. And so as long as that is at the forefront, I think that there will always be partners who are interested in doing the work, but it would be so much more powerful if they could come together.
What gives me hope is the Durham community. It takes a village to raise a child, and I am confident that every individual who works and who is committed to Durham Public Schools is going to do everything they can for their child. At the end of the day, knowing that I'm coming into Durham Public Schools where there's a tight-knit community and we do everything we can to take care of our kids, that's what gives me hope. Knowing that that's the culture of Durham. So, as long as we continue to trend in that direction, that hope will still be there.
When you have so many advocates and cheerleaders that understand why this needs to happen, it gives so much hope. Whether we are the ones leading the charge or not, someone will pick it up and someone will make sure that everyone in the building is cared for.
Even with everything against us right now, we are still choosing to thrive and to move forward. And so as long as we keep that thought alive, we'll still be able to keep this movement going.
One thing about Durham educators is that we are committed to progress, and we are committed to a space and to classrooms that are based on equity, that are based on student voice, that are based on advocacy. That's what gives me hope.